everybody, and welcome back to my channel for this Wednesday morning, afternoon or evening across the world where you may be at. And today I want to talk about neurodiversity and anxiety and how to accept people who are neurodivergent or identify as neurodivergent. I think this topic is still got a long way to go with regards to discussion points and having open discussions, but I think we have got a lot better in general public and general discussion. But as a neurodivergent autistic woman myself, I think it's important to discuss this because lately it seems that a lot of neurodivergent people or disabled people are being judged, criticised, labelled, isolated for being their own neurodivergent authentic selves. And I think that's a shame because a lot of us autistic, neurodivergent, disabled people can benefit people a lot. I think employers, I think people in society need to understand that neurodivergent doesn't mean bad, disabled doesn't mean bad, it doesn't mean that we're broken or damaged or something's wrong with us. It's just a different way of thinking, feeling, seeing, processing the world and people around us. And I think for a long time that neurodivergency, neurodiversity, any form of neurodivergence has been seen as a barrier, a bad barrier. It's been seen as, oh well, you're just choosing to misbehave, you're just choosing to be different, you're choosing to have a label. And no, it's not that we're choosing to have a label at all. It's the fact that we are medically diagnosed with something, whether that's autism, ADHD, OCD, behavioural personalities, any form of neurodivergence, epilepsy, anything that's to do with being on the neurodivergent spectrum. And I think everyone who is neurodivergent can bring so much to the community and so much to the public attention, because the more that we raise the profile about being neurodivergent and being neurodivergence and having our own neurodivergence condition or disorder, people want to use that word, but I personally don't choose to use that word. I hate the word disorder, so I use the word condition to express my own neurodivergence, which is autism, and also I do have anxiety disorder as well. So I think we are getting a lot better with regards to discussing anxiety in people, but I think a lot of people don't really understand what anxiety is within neurodivergence or within neurodiversity in general. I think anxiety is often forgotten about or ignored, or it's said to us, oh well, you can't be anxious, you talk, you're verbal, you're able to present yourself good, you're able to be social, you're able to be polite, you're able to function. And yes, that may be true for quite a lot of us in the neurodivergent space or neurodivergence space or disability space or mental health space, but again, it's not a correct label, stigma for all of us who are in that space or who identify as being in that space. And unfortunately, anxiety is seen as, oh well, just snap out of it, just do better, just stop acting anxious, like don't let it control you, don't let it get to you. And it's not that simple. If you have anxiety and you experience it, you live it, you have it every day, it's a constant reminder. Like your brain will say, oh well, you're not feeling good today, oh, you're feeling really triggered and you're feeling really anxious, and it gets to a point where your body starts responding to that. And it happens to me quite a bit where my body will be like, oh, you don't feel well, you feel tired, you feel groggy, you feel crappy, you feel moody, you feel like you're going to be sweating, you feel like you're going to be sick, you feel like you've got that gag reflex. It's like, and it's like you get to that point where your body's burning physically and mentally, you feel like your brain's being fried. And the problem is with that, having a neurodivergent condition or neurodivergence of any kind is very tricky, because a lot of you guys in the general public are quick to go, well, you don't look neurodivergent, you don't look like you've got anything wrong with you, or you don't sound like you're ill, you're verbal, you can talk, you've got dressed okay, you look like you're absolutely fine, there's nothing triggering you. But what you don't know is that anxiety is constantly in my head every single day of the week. And I think the problem is that discussion, you don't see my anxiety. I am very, very clever and very, very intelligent at hiding my anxiety for the most point. I can go outside and look like nothing's bothering me, look like nothing's triggering me. I can be absolutely fluent in my conversation, having an absolute blast with people and laughing and bantering and joking and all the fun stuff. But you don't see all that stuff that's in my head that's going, oh my god, Gemma, you're going to fuck this up. Oh my god, Gemma, you're going to mess this up. You're going to say the wrong thing. You're going to say something wrong. You're going to come out with something that's completely inappropriate. You're going to say something that's going to be embarrassing to yourself or embarrassing to other people. You know, you're going to be someone who's going to be laughed at and judged and criticised and critiqued and bullied. And that anxiety gets to you after a while, because I can take it for a while and go, oh yeah, whatever, Gemma, and then it gets to a point where I start believing what my brain says to me. It's like, oh well, that person's going to laugh at you, or they're going to critique you, or you know, they're going to make you feel absolute rubbish about yourself, and oh, you slipped up, you said this and you did this, and you know, it's a way to bring people down who are on the neurodivergence side of things. It's really, really agitating, because a lot of it is anxiety that we can't actually control. It's something that we experience every day of the week. It's something that we can't just switch off, and it agitates me. People go, oh, what's wrong with you? Stop being anxious. You know, stop playing with your hair. Stop twiddling your fingers, you know. And I can't. It's literally a way to self-cope. It's a way to self-express how I feel. And if I don't self-soothe or twiddle my hair or play with my fingers, I will get more anxious. I will get emotional. I will feel mentally and physically tired. You know, it's a case of I need to do that to feel better. And I think a lot of people will say, oh, well, you just choose to be like that. You choose to get over anxious. No, I don't choose it. It's the fact that I can't not be anxious. My brain is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week anxious, but I learned to mask and mask and mask and mask and mask successfully to the point where people don't see it. And I've been that way for years, up until when I got diagnosed, and now I am more my authentic self. I show people that I'm anxious, I show people that I'm not coping, but you know, some people just think, oh well, you can't be anxious, you're neurodivergent, you're chatty, you're social, and you know, you're able to use YouTube videos, and you're able to go out and give talks, and you know, you're polite, and you dress well, you know how to dress. And no, I don't, because learning to dress and learning to put the right shoes on and the right outfit for the correct weather has taken me years to get to grips with, because sometimes back in the day I would wear winter stuff in summer and then wear summertime stuff in winter, but now obviously I have more of a correct balance of it. But back in the day I didn't know, because my body wasn't processing what to do or when to wear the correct clothing in the correct time. So my mum, bless her heart, would often still sometimes says to me, Gemma, probably shouldn't wear that, you know, it's cold outside. Like, what about a jumper? You know, what about a vest? You know, layer up, it's cold. Or then, like, if I'm out in hot weather and I've got like a thick t-shirt on, or I decide to put on a thick like winter dress, and she's like, Gemma, no, you know, like it's I have to learn how to dress appropriately for the time of weather, the time of day. And I've got a lot better at that now. I have a lot more self-control and reliance on it, so I know what I'm doing. But again, that anxiety of not knowing how to dress, why to dress, where I'm going, can cause me to feel absolute panicky. And like, if I go to meet somebody at a pub for like a meal or a drink, I'm like, right, okay, where am I going? What time? Why am I going there? How long am I going to be there? What food is there going to be? Is it going to be food that I like there? Because I have to know ahead of time, a lot of the time, if there's a dish of food that I'm going to be able to eat. Because if not, my body's going to go, no, you don't like that. No, you don't like that. No, you don't like that. And I just won't eat anything. So again, it has to be a place that I feel safe. It has to be a place where I know there's going to be at least lasagna, scampi, a roast dinner on the menu. Because if not, I will stay away from it. And people say, oh, try something new sometimes. Yes, but trying something new is completely out of my comfort zone. Again, that's what causes anxiety for me. So again, it can be something that can be so simple but yet so hard to control and get over, and actually push myself to do that. So again, I think we need to be a bit more open with anxiety, how it affects us on the neurodivergent side, but also for the neurotypical population, we need to be a bit more open and understanding rather than critiquing or shouting down someone's throat going, oh, what's wrong with you? Just snap out of it. Stop being anxious. There's nothing to be anxious about. Do this and do this and do this. No, because you're more frightening them. You're more overstimulating them. The more you overstimulate somebody on the neurodivergent side, the more likely you are to affect them mentally. So I hope this video has helped you. Please give that a like, share and subscribe to my channel if you've not done it already, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.